Hi Pisces, I hope you're doing well, and here's your June reading. I know I'm in a weird setting today. It's just the lighting situation isn't the best, so I kind of have to choose. So yeah, sorry, I'm sitting on the floor. Okay, we're going to talk about eclipses in this video, and we're going to do a tarot forecast like always. So the first portion of the reading is going to be about eclipses and astrology, and the second portion is going to be tarot. So the first portion, I would recommend for Pisces rising people to watch, because rising sign is the first sign in your chart, and this is how your chart is built. So it's very important to know your ascendant. Now, for Pisces ascendant, the first eclipse, the first lunar eclipse on June 5th, in the sign of Sagittarius is going to happen in the 10th house, and I am a Pisces rising as well, so I'm ready for this eclipse. It is going to affect us, guys. No matter how much you try to avoid it, it is going to affect Pisces. So especially if you are around 15 degrees, 14 degrees, 16, maybe up to like 18 degrees Pisces sun or rising, then it's a very, very strong influence, because we're going to have Mars in our sign squaring this eclipse. Now, in more of a simple way of explaining it, it's going to be a little bit of tension, okay? And the eclipse is happening in our 10th house, house of career, public image, and status. So our status can really change after this June. Now, what can I say here? It's a lunar eclipse. It's a culmination of some kind. It's something is finally coming to completion. Something is finally coming to fruition. It's not something new for us. It's something that we've dealt with before, something that we know about, something that we're building up towards, you know? So it isn't just going to be like a shocking change. You already know, you know, if you want to change your career, if you feel uneasy at your current workplace, maybe you don't like the management, maybe you don't really see yourself on that path, this eclipse is only going to kind of kick you in the butt, you know, like, okay, so culminate, move, go. So this is how it could play out, you know, for those of us that are waiting for some kind of a status change. Like, for example, for me, this eclipse could be a very, very big deal in my life, something that I've been waiting for a very, very long time. So let's hope that it, you know, plays out nicely. But yes, there's definitely a little bit of tension. There's definitely a little bit of nervous energy since we have Mars in our sign. But at the same time, this will be a big deal for us. This will be something that will completely change our life for the next few years. So whether it's career, whether it's status, maybe somebody is going to you know, for some, maybe get divorced, culminate in marriage. For others, maybe you're going to change a career path, considering it's in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a sign of freedom, right? So you could really set yourself free. You could really choose a new path, somewhere where you belong, right? What else could it be? In relation to authority figures, in relation to father figures as well, this could be some kind of an important time here. Maybe, again, a relationship could come to its end, or maybe something between you and an authority figure, or like a father figure, you know, somebody that maybe you look up to, somebody that's very important to you. Maybe there will be some kind of a solution to a problem that comes, maybe a final decision of some kind. But lunar eclipses are about endings, so we have to be prepared that something will be out of our life. Okay, yes, I think it's going to be pretty interesting. You know, I think it's going to be something big for us, considering it's hitting us at, I think it's 15 degrees Pisces, okay? I am 15 degrees Pisces. Mars is going to be right on my ascendant, making that T-square to Sagittarius. So I don't know what to expect, but you know, I mean, I know what to kind of expect, but still. So just be prepared for changes in your status. Now, the second eclipse I would like to talk about, that's a solar eclipse, so that's new, that's positive. Also, it's in a sign of Cancer, which is a very good influence for Pisces, okay? And that is going to happen on June 21st, and it's going to be happening in your 5th house, house of pleasure, house of children, house of romance and hobbies and all the pleasant things in life. So what can I say here? What could you expect? Since it's new, right, it's solar, so something new is coming into our life. You could possibly expect some kind of a new hobby. You could expect maybe a new romantic interest if you're single. And also you could expect, I mean, I know it's very, very specific, right? But if you've been wanting to have children, if you've been planning to have children, and maybe things were not happening for you, this could be a good time to get pregnant, you know, or to give birth, right? It's definitely revolving children and fun things and romance. So yes, there will be some kind of a new addition to your life when it comes down to the positive side of things. So even if the first eclipse, the lunar eclipse on June 5th, kind of adds tough influence into your life, just know that by the end of the month things are going to go smoothly and softly. Now, I'm not touching Venus retrograde, Mercury that is gonna go retrograde in this video, you know, I'm strictly talking about eclipses. But yes, Pisces will definitely notice the influence, especially if you are like mid Pisces, mid degrees, okay? So that's what I have for you for the astrological portion. And yes, you can start feeling the eclipse around 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after, but the main influence, like the biggest influence, you're definitely going to experience in the next 6 months, okay? So dear Pisces, let's start with your June reading. Let's see what you guys can expect to happen in June. So Pisces, what can Pisces expect to happen in June 2020? Wow. Okay, so kind of wish I was Pisces Sun right now, because this reading, the tarot reading, can work for any placement in Pisces. But the first portion, you know, the astrology, I would say if you're a Pisces rising, that's better suiting for you. The Hangman at the bottom of the deck. So what is the Hangman? The Hangman is a weighted stagnation. June could definitely be a month of shifts for you guys in many different areas of life, not just the ones that I mentioned. It could just be a major shift that affects every area, and especially when it's happening in the 10th house. It does mirror everything. You know, your status affects every area of life. So that's going to be very significant here, because the weight is no longer going to be there, okay? The wait is over for something here. And the first card we have is Ace of Cups. I mean, that's wonderful. Ace of Cups represents new emotions, emotional fulfillment, positivity, new love. Again, with that eclipse in your 5th house, house of romance, if you're single, if you've been looking, Ace of Cups could be a wonderful card for new beginnings and on the love front. Also, again, something connected to children, something connected to hobbies, pleasure, you know, all the beautiful things in life that we enjoy. That Ace of Cups could be connected to that. But of course, if you're watching this strictly for like love purposes, yes, there could be love for you in June. So why is Ace of Cups here? Wow, and it seems like it's going to be a risk taken. Here's King of Pentacles, the Fool, and 4 of Cups. So I'm not sure who this King of Pentacles is. This could be this person, this partner that brings you that emotional fulfillment, right? Somebody that adds a spark, cup full of emotions into your life. Could be an earth sign, could be maybe somebody you know, somebody that maybe you meet through work, somebody that's very stable, I want to say, stable in their long-term goals, somebody that really has a solid foundation and has a head on their shoulders. And you may feel at first with 4 of Cups that you're afraid to take that risk, that you're afraid to kind of jump into unknown. But with the Fool, it looks like you will. So could this be a month of risk taking? Again, be careful. Mars is going to be in your sign, making a square, a T-square. So watch out for rushed actions. You might feel a lot of tension, you may feel impulsiveness, you may feel kind of impatient, okay? So don't do that. But if there is something here in love that's coming around, that's positive, you understand that the person is stable, person is someone that is worth it, you could take a risk in June. You know, nothing is telling you not to. You could. Just try to do it after June 25th, okay? Once Venus goes direct. But it's definitely something regarding love life here that's very, very prominent, and it seems very positive, and it seems like a risk-taking. It seems like maybe something that emotionally at first you're not completely comfortable with, but the more you kind of ease into it, the more you're gonna want to take a risk. Wow, this is amazing. Now, the next card we have here is Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles is something that you've been working towards for a very long time. And I no longer, well, I do have death at the bottom. Something is ending, some kind of a period of time where you've been building, working on something diligently, having to be patient, not being able to make any more steps, any more actions because this thing you had to wait for. It could finally be lifted. It's almost like a restriction of some kind is lifted in June for you. With the Seven of Pentacles, what can I say here? You know, Seven of Pentacles is a card of giving all your energy, give you all your time into some kind of a project, and waiting for it to give you the fruits, right? Waiting for it to give you some kind of a result. And remember the Hanged Man at the bottom of the deck. That was about waiting. That was about stagnation. So I believe if especially you relate it to your love life, well, what can I say? The wait, it has been very long, has been very draining, nerve-wracking possibly, but you're finally going to receive something, some kind of a blessing in June. You know, it's going to be a blessing maybe in terms of your romantic life. Maybe you're going to meet somebody that you're going to fall in love with. Maybe your relationship is going to take the next step. If it's a serious relationship, if it's something that is very stable, something that you know is going to last, this could take a completely next step. In your life, you know, it could be, for example, I don't know, moving in together, engagement, something like that. There is some kind of an old pattern that's over, guys. Okay, so why Seven of Pentacles here? I mean, do I even need to pull any cards here? Here you are, Pisces, Wheel of Fortune, and Six of Swords. Moving towards your emotions, moving towards destiny, accepting destiny in some way. You see what I mean? It's like Queen of Cups. Yes, it's your signifier, right? It's about emotions. It's about warm emotions. It's about love and nurturing. And with Six of Swords, it's like you are accepting some kind of a shift in your life, and you're moving towards this Wheel of Fortune. It's like whatever happens, happens, but I'm taking a risk anyway. And I think you're right to do so because you waited so long. I think you deserve it. You know, you deserve this shift. You deserve to move into something that makes you happy. Now, again, if it's a new partnership, if you don't even know anybody right now and you're completely single and there's absolutely nobody on the horizon, again, June can be the month where you meet somebody, a very, not karmic, but like important. You know what I mean? Predestined. It's a predestined meeting, okay? And the last card in our spread is the Hierophant. It's a card of commitment. It's a card of marriage. It's a card of next step. You being dedicated to something. You being committed to something. So again, you know, if it's a change in your status, if it's a change in your career, for example, you could be becoming committed to something new, to something else, right? That is just as wonderful, but it's new, it's the right path now, it's the right thing to do now, it feels right. If it's a status change in your love life, maybe again, you're going to be engaged now, maybe you're going to be married. Again, don't recommend getting married until June 25th, please. But this is something serious, guys. This is something important, long-lasting. I don't even know what else to say here. So why is the Hierophant here? Might as well see. I'm not going to even say anything anymore. I'm not going to pull any more cards, guys. 10 of Pentacles. So whatever this is, whether it's a shift in your love life, shift in your career, it's a boost, guys. It's a upgrade. It's some kind of a, you know, either climbing that ladder, finally reaching the top, or maybe this is, again, forming a very long-lasting, serious relationship with someone. I don't even know what to say here. It's like it's a magical spread, guys. It is really magical. And you know, I feel like, yes, the month may start out kind of hectic, you know, with all these energies, but you do have a new beginning in the house of love and romance, you know, true love. You do have a new beginning where you can feel emotionally content, where you can change a status in some way. Wonderful, wonderful time for Pisces here, guys. I think that you're going to have an amazing month despite of crazy energies in the sky. I think it's going to be wonderful for new beginnings. And again, if you're single, I do believe that you're going to meet someone. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this reading, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye.